So hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, just a quick video I'm going to do about the Charlotte Fire Department and their new Station 45. The department officially opened that station on November 15th of 2025, and this video has some of the highlights from the uncoupling ceremony, along with some information about the station and the companies that are stationed there. So without any further ado, let's talk about the Charlotte Fire Department's brand new Firehouse 45.
Battalion 2, engines, 35, 40, 34, and 27, ladder 40, and safety 1, house fire, 3312 Ashley King Drive, Unseen, Charlotte.
Hey, and welcome to this All About video. I'm a public safety fire photographer in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and just wanted to let you know that in addition to these videos, I also do some Q&A or tutorial type videos for folks who are interested in learning more about photography and specifically fire photography. So if you don't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. But on to the video. So on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, the Charlotte Fire Department held an uncoupling ceremony to mark the official opening of Charlotte's newest fire station, Fire Station 45. As I have mentioned in other videos, Fire Station 45 is actually part of a fairly aggressive approach by the city and the department to upgrade and improve some of its facilities and response metrics. In addition to 45, the department is currently building a new Station 30, and that station should go online fairly soon, and is also in the process of replacing Station 11. That station was torn down last year, and they are currently rebuilding a new station on the same site. The department also is in the planning or construction phase for several new stations. Those include Station 44 in the western part of the city, known as the River District, Station 46 in the northern part of the city off of Miranda Road, and has started the process to build a new Station 47, which would be a third airport station at the Charlotte Douglas Airport. These new stations are designed to help improve the emergency response times in the surrounding area and citywide, and help bring the department closer to its response time benchmark of 6 minutes from the time the call is received until a Charlotte fire unit arrives on scene. So as I've mentioned in several previous videos, the department has been continuously attempting to upgrade and ensure that its coverage met the city's needs as the city continued to grow. As a result of this, the city has built several infill stations in recent years, including Station 39 and 42. Another area that the department had identified early on was the North Tryon corridor and the Hidden Valley community. That area is currently served by several fire stations, including Fire Stations 15, Fire Station 22, and Fire Station 27. Historically, those stations have been among the busiest of Charlotte fire stations, and so the city was trying to find a suitable location to add another station in that area to help relieve the load for those busy stations, as well as improve response times for the Hidden Valley and North Tryon corridor. The city had originally identified some property on Tom Hunter Road off of North Tryon, but ultimately ended up settling on property located at the corner of North Tryon and Orr Road for the location of Station 45. In 2021, the department began working with architects to design the facility and broke ground for construction in June of 2023. The station's design was done by ADW Architects here in Charlotte, North Carolina. In keeping with the tradition in the department, they are using the same essential design for several of the new stations. The stations also incorporate some changes to older station designs that are actually a little bit of a departure from what the station has previously built. All the new stations are going to now be 3-bay stations at a minimum, and Station 11 is being rebuilt as a 4-bay station. The goal here is to ensure the department can meet future needs as the city continues to grow. There have been cases where stations were built that have subsequently added companies and required some artful rearranging or refurbing of the station to get them to meet the city needs. Station 45 is going to have a single ladder company. However, the city does plan to add an engine company to the station when the funding and staffing allows. One other note, while Station 11 is being reconstructed, Rescue 11, which had been downtown at Station 1, has now been moved to Station 45 and will continue to run out of Station 45 until the new Station 11 is opened. Another example of building stations to meet future needs is that all new stations now have battalion chief quarters and offices included in the building. Station 45 has that located in the back of the building, even though there are no plans to add a battalion chief to this station anytime soon. Another pretty significant change with the design of several of these new stations is the department is returning to 2-floor stations. For many years, it was considered more cost-effective to simply buy or acquire larger lots and build single-floor stations. However, with the price of land going up and construction costs being what they are, it has now become cheaper to build up instead of out. So Station 45 will be a 2-story station and will have the lockers and bunk rooms for the crews on the 2nd floor. This change also brings back the traditional brass pole. Those poles can be accessed on a catwalk in the apparatus room from the 2nd floor bunk rooms and locker rooms. Another interesting feature of the new buildings is the move away from separate locker rooms for the men and women in the department. Station 45 has incorporated kind of a pod design where the locker room contains individual shower, locker, and dressing areas for the crews. These are securable, so the crews can go in, change, and shower with privacy. However, there is no need for 2 separate locker rooms for males and females. The 2-floor design with the sleeping quarters and locker facilities on the 2nd floor also gives the crews a little added privacy during the day in case of visitors or guests coming to the station. The layout and features of the 1st floor of the building is pretty traditional. It includes a radio room or watch room at the front of the station, as well as the captain's office and battalion chief's office, although again, Station 45 is not scheduled to have a battalion chief assigned. There's also a day room and a kitchen facility that includes pantries and refrigerators for all 3 shifts assigned to the station. Also located across the apparatus floor is the weight room, workout room for the station, as well as the storage area for turnout gear and a decon facility for that turnout gear. Finally, outside the building, there is also another seating and grilling area. And another unique feature of this building is the exterior staircase that can double as a training facility for the crews when training at the station. The building achieved a LEED V4 Gold certificate, which means that the building excelled in its design and operation and is meeting some of the goals set for energy conservation, water use reduction, and enhancing indoor air quality, as well as other environmental achievements. So the uncoupling ceremony was held Saturday morning on November 15th and was opened by Charlotte Fire Chief Reginald Johnson, and also included speakers from the city, including the Mayor Pro Tem and the City Council person from the 4th District, where Station 45 is located. Also speaking at the ceremony was a representative from the Hidden Valley Community Association. And after those remarks, there was the uncoupling, which is just the fire department take on a ribbon cutting ceremony. After the ceremony, the station had an open house to allow the many guests and visitors to view the new station, and also included some refreshments, including cake. And who doesn't like cake? The ceremony was documented by the city and the department, and if you haven't already, I would strongly recommend you check out the fire department's video on the ceremony. Their PIO staff does a really good job of creating those videos, but I did want to include a few video highlights from the ceremony in this video also.
Homeowners Association, thank you all for being here. It means a lot to have the support of the community and city council. It does mean a lot. As fire chief, one of my greatest responsibilities is to make sure our firehouses keep pace with Charlotte's explosive growth. As you all know, 157 people a day are coming to the city of Charlotte, and we're going to continue to grow, and Charlotte Fire has to continue to grow to provide adequate service. Matter of fact, excellent service. That means ensuring our people and resources are in the right places at the right time. Firehouse 45 directly improves emergency response to more than 11,000 addresses across 5.5 square miles. Since going in service on October 15th, Ladder 45 has already responded to nearly 300 calls for service in less than a month, including cardiac arrests, motor vehicle collisions with entrapment, EMS responses, and structure fires. This firehouse is not just built for today's needs, it was designed to leave room for additional apparatus, staffing, as call volume continues to grow along the blue line and in this corridor. I want to take a moment to recognize the uncoupling ceremony we're about to witness. This tradition is rooted in the fire service and marks the official opening of a new firehouse. Much like ribbon cutting, the uncoupling ceremony symbolizes the start of service. But in our tradition, instead of cutting a ribbon, we disconnect the hose. This represents the engine or ladder company being ready to respond from its new home. As we uncouple the hose today, we recognize not just the physical building, but the readiness, commitment, and partnership it represents. Firehouse 45 now stands open.
Is he right in the shot? No, I think you can't. I'm going to have to see him out.
3, 2, 1.
So there you go. That's just a couple of highlights from the ceremony. And again, be sure to go watch the Charlotte Fire Department's video. It's very good. One final note I just wanted to touch on, and I mentioned it in some of the earlier videos, but Station 45 is going to be joining the 9th Battalion, which runs from just northeast of Uptown out towards the University City area, and in this map is shown in gray. It is the 2nd Battalion in that rust red color that is farther out, and then the brownish gray that represents the 1st Battalion in Uptown. Station 45 is one of the 2 blue stations shown on the map as a new construction. The other one is simply the rebuilt Station 11. And a closer look at Station 45's area shows its service or still alarm area is coming out of Station 15's area to the south, a little bit of Station 34's area to the east, some of Station 27's area to the north, and also Station 22 to the north, and then a little tiny bit of Station 7's to the west. Those old still alarm areas are outlined in black, with Station 45's still alarm area shown in a red outline to give you some perspective. Returning to the larger battalion map, Battalion 9 is shown in gray, and this version has the new Station 45's service area included in Battalion 9's area. As the chief had mentioned, Ladder 45 has already been a fairly busy company, and doing some back of the napkin kind of calculations, my guess is the single ladder company at Station 45 will probably run between 3,000 and 3,500 calls a year. But we'll actually have to wait till the first set of run numbers come out to see how busy the station will actually be. So there you go. Hopefully you found that video interesting and informative. And if you did, please consider giving it the thumbs up. And if you don't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, we'll just see you again in the next video. Thanks. Bye.